in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Roman Reigns won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and received a loud, very loud ovation from the WWE crowd in Philadelphia.
Now, see, if this had been if the seasons in WWE were full of the calendar year, what an arc this would have been.
And this is, really, if you look at it like that, this is a huge arc because, I mean, here you are, I guess 12 months later, 11 months later, it just so happened you're back in the city. Philadelphia, obviously notorious on the sports front. They're also notorious on the wrestling front. They are very, very tough wrestling fans to have to deal with because mainly because of ECW back in the 90s. They've seen it and they expect you to entertain them. Mm-hmm. For him to be booed out of the building, and by the way, that was with The Rock, his cousin The Rock, coming out at the end of the Royal Rumble to basically endorse him. The Rock was booed out of the building. That doesn't happen. Because, I mean, he's The Rock. Everybody loves The Rock. To literally 11 months later, massive pop, massive celebration by the fans when he wins the world title on Raw. It was somewhat of a culmination. I mean, obviously, we're just about to hit the road to WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble will be our next pay-per-view coming up in January, and that officially is the kickoff of the road to WrestleMania. I'm going to tell you, man, in 24 hours, I changed a lot of the opinion that you heard from me last week on here.
Awesome.
Because they got it right. That's the thing. They got it right. They stopped trying to make Roman Reigns John Cena 2.0, and they let him be what he is, which is a 6'3", 270-pound Samoan badass.
Nice.
They let him be what he was and didn't try to turn him into a cartoon character, and people appreciated that. This was more the Roman Reigns that we saw in The Shield when everyone loved Roman Reigns because he was a badass. Mm-hmm. So that is pretty much so Raw this week. By the way, the ratings went back up.
I heard that.
See what happens when you do right.
It's amazing.
When you don't try to insult people's intelligence, you see what happens here. The ratings moving back up. People actually excited to see Reigns win the title. Let's just hope that WWE does not fuck this up somehow, which they are highly, highly capable of doing. But let's just hope they don't fuck this up.
One can only hope. So we'll see. We'll hope those ratings hold for next week's edition of WWE Raw, and we'll of course bring much more of that to you on next week's edition of So Raw here on the A Foreign Affair podcast. And this has been episode 85. We want to thank you so much for listening to this extra long edition this week. We'll be back next week. You and I, Wes, have to talk about when we're actually going to be able to tape these things the next couple weeks, really. But we'll get it done. But please,
I don't really have much of a different schedule than usual. So
awesome.
You just let me know.
Awesome. Well, if you want to get up with us on the social media to wish us a happy holidays, or as we say here in America, Merry Christmas. That's right. I wasn't gonna make you mad, Wes. You can of course follow.
And you know me, I'm more of a Festivus for the rest of us kind of guy.
That's true. You are. I can't wait to have Festivus with you in a couple weeks.
That's next week.
Yes. Twitter is at AFAPod. Wes, you are
at Wes Bradshaw 21.
I am at Edward Green. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, the whole 9 yards. We are, of course, brought to you by NGSC Sports and NGSCSports.com, where we never stop. I want to give one more quick shout out also to all the other places you can find us, including Spreaker.com, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, the TuneIn Radio app, the iTunes Music Store, and Podbean.com. Thank you so much to all those providers, as well as the many more ways that they can listen, or that you can listen to us yammer on about soccer, which we will be doing next week. We'll have another Barclays Premier League week to talk about. It's almost that season where we have a lot of matches in a very short amount of time, so get ready for a lot of Soccer Talk coming up, as also we approach the January transfer window. So, Wes, anything else to add before we get out of here tonight?
My God, there's so much we haven't talked about. College football playoffs.
Who cares?
Going to be awesome. What the hell is happening at Texas A&M? Does anyone want to play quarterback there?
Nope.
I don't know. And last but not least, folks, our high school football coverage is over on the All New Sports Show. And the capstone, my alma mater, Rocky Mount High School, your 2015 state 3A football champions. First state championship since 1963 on the gridiron for Rocky Mount. I wasn't there.
Of course you were.
I digress. You were there for me.
I was.
You were there to represent the All New Sports Show.
I was.
And it was a moment of magic.
It was a lot of moments of magic. I had something in my head. Oh yeah, I told Clint this after the game. I was like, this is why people got on me. When are you guys showing Rocky Mount? When are you guys going to talk about Rocky Mount? Why are you guys waiting for the last 3 weeks of the regular season? I told you guys I had a plan. A plan was in place.
We're waiting till they peak.
Yeah, you don't understand. We saw the script. We saw the script, Wes Bradshaw.
We always see the script. We know all, see all. And don't worry, Rocky Mount fans, because next year, I, Wes Bradshaw, will demand that we cover nothing but Rocky Mount games.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Oh,
because that's just me. As we stated at the beginning of the show, I'm an asshole.
Basically. So for that guy, that is Wes Bradshaw. I'm Noah Green. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next week for our pre-Christmas pod. Until then, stay safe, everybody, and good luck, Abby Wambach, in all your future endeavors.
And in honor of you, Roman Reigns, good night, American Samoa.
There you go. Not a bad one. Hey, by the way, the U.S. Women's National Team actually lost the game. Abby Wambach's last game. Whoops. It was a 104-match home unbeaten streak that is now over. You know what? Really, I mean, if you think about it,
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on NGSCSports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never